Andy Warhol once predicted everyone would be famous for 15 minutes. That's about 15 minutes too long, according to the character that Jenna Elfman plays in Ed TV. In this new comedy, Jenna plays the girlfriend of Matthew McConaughey, who's hooked up with a failing cable station. Now, the cable station, in order to turn itself around, turns McConaughey's life into a round-the-clock live TV show. The ratings go through the roof, but their relationship goes into the dumpster. And Jenna Elfman is joining us this morning.
Hi, good to see you again.
Nice to see you and welcome back.
Thank you.
Diane is standing over there and she especially wanted me to ask you what it's like kissing Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, just painful. It's awesome. You're getting paid, you know, that's not a bad thing.
She kept saying, what's it like? What's it like? To find out what it's like.
Well, you know, it would be terrible if he was a bad kisser, you know, because we spent like every scene kissing in this movie. So I was very lucky in that he was very good looking and had very nice lips and knew how to kiss. So that was a pleasure.
Fame changes life. I mean, everybody's talked about that a lot. It's very much a central part of this movie, right?
Yes, it's. You know, what I love about this movie is it's what I think audiences are going to enjoy. I mean, amongst a gazillion things that they're going to enjoy about this movie, but it's very reality-based, and the characters are very relatable. You know, and you know these people, and so what I think is great is you sort of see fame. I think America usually associates with movie stars and celebrities and all that kind of stuff, or you know, murderers and stalkers, or you know, sexual acts,
or young women, right? Yeah.
And you know, this is just real people living a life, and you see what fame does. And you know, and in America, you know, we have everyday people, and I think it'll give them sort of a broader understanding of what fame can do in a way that they can associate with.
How did it change your life when you got it? When Dharma and Greg hit?
Yeah, I think one of the big things is I would always, if I was working on a character, I would take her out in public, or you know, I've been observing. I just watch people. That's sort of what I've working on being a master at, is human behavior, because as an actor that's what you are. So there's two things. Is one, you sort of are inhibited from observing to the degree that you want to, because everyone's looking at you. And so that really, I had an upset with that. When it first hit me, I sort of had a week where I was getting very sad and I didn't realize what it was, and that was it. And then I found a way around it where you know, you just sort of, because you know, a lot of times famous people don't want people looking at them or this or that. I just look at them and they get over it, and then I can still watch and observe. And I think the other thing is sometimes when you become famous, you can sort of, because it's its own community in a way, and it's sort of like this ivory tower thing that you can get into where you stop sort of rubbing elbows and being part of life.
Well, a lot of actors seem surprised by the effects of fame. You know, they've got to know when they go into this business that if they hit it, it's going to be a byproduct of their success. And yet, when they get there, all of a sudden they feel uncomfortable with it, and it always strikes me as so strange. You sought it. Yeah. Why are you?
I think what people seek is success in the things that they want to do, which is acting or playing roles. And maybe I was expecting it because I grew up in Los Angeles and was around it, and I really observed it so that I wouldn't be surprised, because it's certainly an aspect of it, and you have to sort of be able to wear all of your hats, you know.
Do people want you to be Dharma?
Yeah, well, yeah, they expect it, and it's fun. I mean, I wanted people to relate to this girl, so a lot of people don't know my name, they just call me Dharma, which is fine. What's exciting for me is people will now be able to see something else, you know, and be able to know that I am an actress, and I'm not just a sort of...
You're doing a lot of movies. You've got a lot of movies that you're making. You're doing a play in LA. So is that what you want to do long term? Be movies? Movie?
I love doing Dharma and Greg, and I will ride that wave of pleasure for as long as it takes me. I don't think I'd rush back to another television show just because I don't think you could top Dharma and Greg in terms of pleasure and the experience I've had on this. I don't think it's possible to ever match it. So I'll probably just continue to do movies and theater.
A little earlier on, we were talking about, Joel Siegel was showing Oscar-nominated actors and actresses when they began. I'm going to take a commercial break and come back and show people where you began.
Okay.
We'll be back with Jenna Elfman in just a minute.
So I'm not going to take her word on Matthew. I think I have to, you know.
You want to test it out
find out for yourself?
I'm a reporter. I'm supposed to just take it on a source.
Of the subject.
Right.
We want to go back a little bit. You were doing, a few years ago, commercials, right?
Paid the rent.
It did indeed. And one was for a soft drink. And we have a picture from that commercial.
That's flattering.
Now, you never forget riding a bicycle. You never forget
Yeah.
things that you've done. There's the can.
What side was it on?
Can you
It was on
recreate
this side?
Yeah, can you recreate the look? We'll give you the
Which
picture
camera you
one
want?
more time.
There?
Show her the picture one more time.
Okay, yeah, I gotta recreate this. Yeah, okay. With the fingers exactly right here.
All right.
All right, you're
wait,
on.
Sprite. Here, Sprite. Okay, there we go.
And the express.
Actually, my head was more like this.
There you got it.
And that paid my rent and it got me a husband. So, thank you, Sprite.
You met him?
I met my husband on the audition. He asked for my headshot and took it home to his roommate and said, "This is the girl I'm going to marry." And then he said, "You don't even know if you had the commercial yet." And then we walked up to the wardrobe fitting and there he was, and that was it.
I love the idea of showing his roommate that picture.
Yeah.
There's the girl. That's the girl I'm going to marry.
Exactly.
Well, that's terrific. All the best.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing 10 years from now? Where will
You know,
be?
my life has been going so fast, I don't even hardly know what I'm doing next week. Actually, and in an insane way, I know what I'm doing up through, you know, the summer of 2000. 10 years from now, I'd probably like to master my drum playing, have children, you know, have traveled a lot, producing, directing movies.
Get a plan, will you?
Yeah, I know. I feel so weak and I don't have a point of view about where I'm
You'll
going.
get it all.
Drifting.
You'll
This
get it
girl
all.
is drifting.
EdTV opens in theaters nationwide.